Are you an innovative entrepreneur or business owner ready to embrace the future of business transformation?
The world is evolving at an unprecedented pace, and it's crucial to adapt and pivot towards success in this dynamic landscape. At the HELLO LLC, we are dedicated to guiding you through this transformative journey, offering a comprehensive suite of services that extend beyond the metaverse and 3D immersive experiences.
Our mission is to empower businesses and brands by assisting them in building, branding, systemizing, and automating their operations. We specialize in steering businesses from a two-dimensional existence to a thriving three-dimensional presence, where opportunities abound.
We help businesses harness the power of technology to work smarter, not harder, enabling them to operate efficiently and stay ahead of the curve. Our diverse range of services includes:
Our Biz in a Box is a complete business solution package designed to jumpstart your entrepreneurial journey. From strategic planning to digital infrastructure, we've got you covered. Your one app, one tap solution.
Our Motion Work AI videos transform your brand storytelling with our cutting-edge AI-driven video production, captivating your audience like never before.
Our 3D VR environments will step you into the future of immersive experiences. With our custom 3D virtual reality environments that engage and captivate your customers.
Lastly, in our Pivot membership program, we offer tailored guidance and support to either show you, teach you, or take care of the transformation process for you.
According to a 2023 study by Fundera, a staggering 28% of small businesses in the United States do not have an online presence. This statistic underscores the importance of embracing digital transformation. Having a website is more than just an online presence, it's a gateway to unlocking numerous benefits, including reaching a broader audience, showcasing your products or services, generating leads and sales, establishing trust, providing customer support, and maintaining competitiveness within your industry.
The HELLO LLC is committed to helping you excel in all these aspects of modern business, not just limited to the metaverse alone.
Why should you choose the HELLO LLC to navigate this transformational journey?
By partnering with us in harnessing cutting-edge technology, you can provide immersive experiences for your customers, expand your global reach, reduce operational costs, and enhance brand recognition, all while working with a company that holds integrity in high regard. Our commitment to ethical and principled business practices ensures that your journey towards success is not only innovative, it is also firmly rooted in trust and transparency.
Don't wait. Take the first step towards a brighter business future. Contact us today to explore how we can support you in developing a remarkable digital presence and immersive experience that will leave a lasting impression.
Good evening, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is David Jones, CEO of the HELLO LLC, which is committed to helping entrepreneurs leverage leading edge optimizations. And I'm your business moderator for this evening on the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from all over the world, from London, from Singapore, from Africa, from Japan, from North Carolina, from Chicago, from New York, Los Angeles, all cities from the United States, and I'm coming to you live from Guanajuato, Mexico. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, to inspire, and to educate businesses about businesses. Not only that, ladies and gentlemen, we are taking you into the future where you can go and watch this right now in the HELLO Plaza in Metaverse from your cell phone, from your laptop, and your VR headsets. And so definitely take a dive into that. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I want to introduce you all to Chereace Richards. She's an amazing mother, 2 sons, amazing loving husband. She's an author. She's a worldwide entrepreneur. She specializes in education and empowering people in life insurance and retirement income and financial freedom. She's a member of the $1 Million Roundtable, and she has a brand new book that's out, Faith, Focus, Action, The Journey to Becoming Who You Are. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I want to introduce you to Miss Chereace Richards.
Hello, Mr. Jones. How are you? It's a pleasure and an honor to be with you.
Absolutely. It is a pleasure to be with you as well, ma'am. I am definitely excited for our fireside chat. And it is just a pleasure to have you on this network. And, more importantly, I shared a little bit, about who you are. But who really are you, Miss Richards? Talk to us.
Well, you kind of checked all the boxes during my intro, but yes, I am a wife. I'm a mom. I have two sons. One is a graduating senior in college. The other one has about 2 more years left in high school. Been married for 23 years. I live in the Washington, D.C. area, and I'm an entrepreneur. Full-time, been doing this for about 16 years. And I'm a woman who loves God. So those are all the things that pretty much sum up Chereace Richards. The only thing I will add is that I love everything Peloton. So if you know me, you know that I love Peloton as well. Yes.
I love it. I love it. So, I always ask people this one question, especially before we go into our fireside chat, knowing what you know now and coming from Washington, D.C., what would you tell your younger self knowing what you know now?
You know what? To take that leap of faith. It took me many, many years before I really embraced the motto to do it afraid. And so I to this day, I tell young people that I had a dream in high school to go to UCLA for college. And being on the East Coast, the thought of leaving and going all the way to the West Coast by myself, it was frightening. I was afraid. And so I let that hold me back. And so if I can go back to then, I would say just do it afraid, right? Everything is going to work out. Like you're going to gain your wings along the way. Just do it afraid.
I love it. I love it. And so, what has been one of the greatest accomplishments in your life, up until this standpoint? And what kind of, roadblocks did you go through to accomplish what you're at now?
Yeah, I mean, several, right? I say life is a journey and there's going to be highs and lows. Graduating from college was a big accomplishment. I was one of the first in my family to do so. And then going on to get a master's degree. I had a successful career in the federal government, in corporate America. And then I took that leap of faith to, into this world of entrepreneurship. And so those have all been, great accomplishments. But I think my greatest is, finding my husband and getting married and just building this life together, raising 2 boys. I mean, my greatest joy right now is, seeing my sons flourish and thrive. I always tell people now, my son, he'll be graduating in May of 2024. And I'm like, that's my graduation. I still remember when he graduated from high school. So, those are the things that really bring me joy. I've been blessed to make a lot of money and give back in many ways. But, family is home and home is where the heart is, right?
Yeah. I remind people all the time is that, we have to be grateful for the things that we have right now because they can be taken away just like that. And so often, we want these things and we get these things and then we throw them away like it's a new Christmas toy. And then we realize, that the most important thing has been right in front of us this whole entire time. And that's something that you are sharing with us is that your kids, your family is most important than all the money, all the fame, all the accomplishments that you make, because those are your pride and joy. And that's really what has, pushed you. And a lot of the times, we ask people, what's important to you? And they tell us, oh, my business, oh, my company, oh, this. And you ask them why? Well, because I want to do something, that my parents couldn't do for me. Why? Well, because my parents, didn't provide for me when I was younger. And you really get down to that nitty gritty of why. And it comes down to the family. It comes down to the kids. It comes down to you staying up late, you getting up early, you busting your butt to doing, what you need to do for them because you want more for them And I can see that, and my mom's the same way, right? And it's just, I can't wait, but then you gone and they're like, oh, baby, come back.
Right. You already know. You already know.
So, tell me this, you mentioned something that was huge, that fear factor, of what if you had moved over, and what stopped you, what did you turn your fear into, how did you use that for fuel?
Yeah. So when I was introduced to this world of entrepreneurship, it was new, it was different. My background was IT, bachelor's degree in IT, master's degree in IT management. So to step into this world of entrepreneurship, like everything I did was new. And every step I made, I was afraid. Right. And so for me, it was about surrounding myself with strong people who were documented, who can become coaches and mentors, and I can follow their path to success. I am a great student. And I tell people, even to this day, with all the success that I've been blessed to have, I am a student of whatever industry that I am in. And so you will always find me in front of the room, right? So I can get everything that I need to feel confident about what I'm doing. And so for me, it was just about being in the rooms, building those relationships with people who were successful and not really looking at, what I've done, right? Because that had nothing to do with what I wanted to do. Yes, it laid us a foundation, but if I was going to step into this new world, I had to, be coachable. And that's a big lesson learned even to this day.
I wish people could bottle that up and understand that you got to be coachable.
Yeah.
And so often we're not willing to be coachable. We're not willing to pivot. We're not willing to learn these new things. And right now, more than ever, we're all going to have to, the teacher is now going to have to be the student. And that is literally where we're at now. And you said it, making those transitions and being able to get over that fear and really just bust move at the end of the day. Right.
Yeah.
So, at the end of the day, tell me, more about, your purpose. Well, how are you walking your purpose now? What does that look like? I always remind people, turn your passion into profitable success. What does that look like for you?
Yeah. So I think at the core of everything that I've ever done, it's all about learning and teaching, right? If I could do a thing, then I could teach a thing. And so even as a young girl, I would always like play school with my sister, right? And so now to be in a position where I can educate people on how money works and how they can have financial success and the importance of financial planning, it's what I've always done. It's what I've done in church. It's what I've done in my career. I was training in my career. And when I became successful as an entrepreneur initially, I started a women's coaching program, right? My book is like a practical how to that gives some of my success principles, but kind of walks you through what are your success principles along the way as people are reading the book. So I've always been an educator. I loved education. And then to teach it is just a natural extension of who I am. And because that's been always close to my heart, something that is a purpose, I'm turning into, what you say, turning into your passion into profits.
Turn your passion into profitable success.
Turn your passion into profitable success. And that's what I have been fortunate to do in every phase of my journey to where I'm at right now.
I love it. So, tell us about your book, Faith, Focus, Action, the Journey to Becoming Who You Are. Tell us more about that book because you mentioned it. Come on, talk to us more about it.
Yes, I did touch on it, right? So Faith, Focus, Action, the Journey to Becoming Who You Are is my journey to really becoming a successful entrepreneur. And I had to go through many life lessons, really, I mean, a number of hurdles and obstacles, and I came out on the other side. And so the book just really talks about various milestones and what I learned and where I had to overcome and how I had to dig deep to become what I wanted to do, right? Because if you're going to be successful, if you're going to live this dream life, it's going to require you to have faith, right? It's going to require you to be focused. Yeah. It's going to require you to take action. And here's what I always tell people, right? Those three principles are so powerful because you can't have one without the other, right? You can't have two. Like you can't say, I got faith, I believe, but then, and I'm focused, but then you don't take any action, right? Because it says in the Bible, faith without works is dead, right? So then you can say, I got faith and I'm taking action, but then you're all over the place, right? Yeah. And so that's not going to work because you have to be laser focused on one thing at a time, right? And so for as long as it takes, if that's what you really want, you got to be focused on it for as long as it takes, right? And you have to be willing to do whatever it takes if that's the thing that you really want, right? And so those three together, you have to believe, you have to be laser focused, and then you have to take massive, consistent action and you cannot compare yourself. And that's why that journey to success is so personal, because what it looked like for me may not be what it looks like for you or anyone else, right? And so when you're taking that journey, you have to like hone in on what you need to do, where you are, and not compare yourself to somebody else. Because so often people are comparing themselves with people on social media. And I have blinders on, like I never, ever watch what other people are doing. Because for me personally, I know it's a distraction, right? And so often we don't know the full story. And so we may be comparing somebody's chapter 5 and you're on page 1, right? And then you're trying to measure up to someone. And so that's why that journey has to be personal, right? You have to like get to know yourself, dig deep and figure out, okay, I'm right here today and I want to be further along, but that just means I don't know what I need to know to be further down the road. And that's okay too. Figure it out, right? Figure it out, and then you're ready. But at the end of the day, I always tell people, you are where you're supposed to be right now. And if we are too far down the road, then we can miss the lessons, we can miss the opportunities, we can miss the connections because we're not doing the work that we need to be doing right now.
Yeah. And, you're so spot on about being able to stay in your lane, stay in your inner tube. There's this island that you're trying to get to. And if you just use one arm, guess what? You're going to go in circles. And so you can have the faith, but you got to use this other arm and you got to take action. And so often we, take the faith, or we got to go learn more things, and we just keep faith and knowledge, and we just keep spinning ourselves in circles, or saying, oh, well, God is going to take care of me. Yeah, yes, he got his half, but you got to get your other half, and you got to get this rolling, with taking the action. And so, that's where we have to all be able to really take responsibility of how we show up in life and what we do in life. And I think that's exactly to the three principles, that you were talking about. And so, explain to me, how have those three principles, helped you in your career and your business?
Yeah. So the first part is faith, right? Just being in the faith part just is for me about believing that I was where I was supposed to be, doing what I was called to do. And even though I always have, even to this day, a strong desire to be further down the road, I'm trusting the process, right? I'm not getting ahead of myself, right? And I'm not comparing myself. And so the faith is just believing that I have a plan and I'm operating in my plan. I'm operating in the purpose, and I'm going to do my best where I'm at. So that's where faith is. And I believe that whatever I want is going to happen. It's going to happen in time. And I have confidence in that. Do I, struggle with, insecurity sometimes? Yes. Having the faith doesn't mean that you're not going to experience some of the other, all the other emotions, right? Do I have fear? Do I have doubt, worry, anxiety, all the things, right? But what supersedes all of that is my faith and belief that better is coming, right? And so that's faith. Focus, I've learned myself enough to know that I can do only one thing at a time. And so it doesn't matter what shiny new object or project or whatever is coming down the road, right? Or that's right in front of me. I know that I need to be focused on the highest, like my money making activities, right? My highest income producing activities. That's what I need to be focused on. And that takes some time, right? Because it takes time to really understand yourself and really embrace, especially as a woman, right? As a wife and as a mom, right? We think we can do it all, and we can, right? But are we doing it all well, right? Is it affecting our, emotional health, our physical health, right? Our relational health? Like it comes at a cost. And so what I've learned to do with focus is focus on the things that I can do, and to outsource, delegate, pay, whatever it takes, get it off of my plate so that I can be focused on the things that bring me joy, the things that make me happy, right? The things that fulfill me, right? And the things that fill me up. And then when it comes to my professional side, the things that I'm good at, right? Hire a virtual assistant, right? Hire someone for the things that I don't even like to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, you don't even like admin stuff. Like, find somebody that loves to do admin stuff. They love it. That's their purpose. Get them to partner with you so that you can focus on the things that you need to do, right? And then the action part, it's just law, right? It's the compound effect, right? It's the little things that we do day in and day out that gets the big success, right? People see the end result of the hard work, right? They see the result of the late nights, the early morning, the sacrifices that is required every day in order to get the success, right? And so the action is just being committed to the commitment. And that commitment is personal to you, right? And so what does that look like for you? So that's how faith, focus, and action has applied to me in my life. And that's how I use it even to this day.
Ooh, that was literally, what I share with people all the time, right? You got to show up, you got to take action. And even more importantly, what advice would you give someone right now? Because you've mentioned all these things of, and I share with people, hey, it's always easy to say, but, what are the steps? What do I do? For somebody right now that might be struggling or might be going through some tough times, what are things that you did when you were going through these tough times to get you to where you are now? Because a lot of the times, like you said, people don't see the grinding in between. People don't see the arguments, the fights, the almost wanting to quit, hey, you know what, I'm done with this. They don't see that. They just see what you share with them, and they don't know, right, that at the end of the day, I'll never forget this. I asked one of my entrepreneur friends, I said, hey, where you are now, would you do what you're doing? Would you have done the same thing? He said, David, if I had known what I know now, I don't think I would have did this. And he said that, and he was honest with me, because a lot of people don't know, what it takes to be an entrepreneur, what it takes to continue on, and what it takes to continue to go down this path. And so, what advice would you give to somebody struggling at this time?
Yeah. So one, I would say that just understand it's not going to always be easy. Two, I would say it's okay to slow down in order to speed up, right? It's okay because your journey is your journey and you're going to get to where you want to go eventually, right? So it's okay to do that. And then I would say, and these are all things that I've done, by the way. The last thing that I would say that's so important, I believe, is that you may need to have a season of separation from the people, some people, right? Some activities, and some environments, right? You just may have to give it up. Even some of the things that you love to do, that season of separation can be your slowdown period. It can give you time to think, right? That season of separation from certain people, right? Whether it's your best girlfriend or your crew, people that you love, but guess what? They're not dreaming like you're dreaming, right? They don't have the same goals that you have. And so you may try to bounce ideas off of them, share perspectives, and they're looking at you like you are speaking a different language. That season of separation, it opens you up to be able to make the meaningful connections that you may need to make in order to further your career, further your business. Look, whatever it is that you want to do, that season of separation, let me put that first. David, I'm going to put that first because sometimes people don't understand. Like, that's the sacrifice that you have to make, that people need to make. And so you may have to let some people go. It don't mean that we're not friends anymore, but we're not like our path to like it's like this. And we may come back together, but for right now, I need it. I need to be over here while you are over there. Because otherwise, people may just put their little toxic, they may just rain all over your parade. And you trying to figure out, oh, this not gonna work, and such say. Who? What? This is what I would say. People, you have two types of people that you can listen to, right? We need to be listening to someone. We should all have wise counsel and someone in our lives that we look up to. We can count on their, perspectives, their guidance, whatever it is, right? So you got the person, the group of people who are where you want to be, doing what you want to do. And they're going to tell you what you need to do in order to get further down the road. And then you got the people over here that's your homegirl from back in the day. We grew up together. And she like, girl, it don't take all of that. And you're like, so who are you going to listen to?
Tell them.
Right?
Tell them.
And I mean, so many times I have seen this. I've built an organization of over 80,000 people when I started my network marketing career. And it would just blow me away when people they said, well, my friend, my coworker said, and I'm like, well, what is your coworker doing? They're working the job that you're saying you want to get out of, and you're listening to them.
I got to stop you real quick because you just said something that was very important that I continue to share with people, that these successful people that we see, they started somehow, some shape, form, or fashion in network marketing. Like, it blows my mind when people and those same friends, that homegirl, that homeboy that you went to high school with, that was cool, that it was all good and fine when you were at the clubs, when you paying for their drinks, you were doing everything, you were out, all of that. But the minute you come over here and try to do something, not try, but doing it and making something successful, why are you doing all that? You ain't got to do all that. Come on back down here with me, because you remind them that they should be doing what you are doing and they don't want to make that pivot. Right. And those are the friends you should not be listening to. And yes, it is tough. It is hard. It is difficult to let them go, because that is conditions, that's habits, that's comfort. And your body loves comfort. And you got to be able to say, hey, that's not where I'm going. I love you from afar. Are we going out tonight? No. Are we going here? No. Why not? Because I got something to do for the future. not now, right? Because rich people educate themselves, poor people entertain themselves. So you pick which one you want to be. Okay. And so I just love that you brought that up. And so this is where we really want to be able to distinguish ourselves. And look, when I say poor, I don't mean poor in the pocketbook. Right. I mean poor as in passing over opportunities repeatedly. And a lot of the times that's what people do by spending more time watching this, doing that, doing this, but don't know, what they're going to do with their future, don't know their SWOT analysis, don't know what they're going to be doing in 5 years from now, but want to tell you what you shouldn't be doing. And they know they should be doing it. So, I love that. So, what piece of advice would you give to somebody that does want more?
Yeah, I mean, find someone who is doing what you're doing and connect with them. Like, there's value in the right collaborations, the right partners, the right mentor. And so you have to get a mentor because they can help you fill in the gaps, see things that you may not see right now. Like, it is so invaluable. So get a mentor, surround yourself with the right community of people who are having the success that you want, that you can learn from. Because here's the thing, if you are the smartest person in your circle, you need a new circle. Okay, period. I know it feels good to know all the answers, people coming to you with all their questions. That's good. But you need someone that you can be like asking those same questions, right? And bouncing ideas off of. So I would say do that. And then I would also say, like, just don't give up. Like, just don't quit, right? It's not like nobody will tell you that it's easy. You've said it, I've said it, and people say it all the time, right? Just don't quit, right? Just hold on to the dream. And then the other thing is that when I say hold on to the dream, you might have to hold on to it from other people. Keep it away from certain people. Be careful that you're not talking to no dream stealers, right? And that's why that personal development, that quiet time that you have for yourself is so key, so that you can have that discerning spirit and know who's rolling with you and who ain't. Because everybody that's smiling your face, they ain't rolling with you. That don't mean that you got to meet them with the same energy, but you just put them over, you got to put them over here, right? And they got to deal with you a certain type of way. So just understand who's in your circle, who's for you, who's not. But the biggest thing is just don't quit. Like, I hate to see people give up on their journey. There's an image out there on social media that shows a person kind of digging a well, and they give up, right? And they give up just before they make that last, hit, right? Don't let that be your story, right? And then you end up with a lifetime of regret.
Yeah, I share that story a lot with people, and it's really about excuses or execution. You pick one. At the end of the day, as I share with people, we going up this mountain, and we ain't coming back down. We either gonna die on the side of this mountain, or we gonna make it to the top. And how we make it to the top is collaborating together, because nobody makes it to the top of Mount Everest by themselves. There's dead bodies, there's air tanks, there's food stations of everybody putting in their 2 cents. And that's where we have to be able to understand if collaboration is the new currency, and us being able to get our self-development, us being able to make that mind shift and get out of those old conditioned ways and those old patterns are going to serve us, better. And so, Ms. Richards, it was amazing to talk to you and share your amazing story. If you would please, share with the folks where they can, learn more about what you have going on. If you have anything, happening right now, please share with us what that is.
Yeah. So for me, it's all about financial education, and making people just really understand how money works so that they can come up with solid financial plans. It's a passion that was birthed from my own personal experience. Anything that I do, anything that I share in my book and in the work that I do is from my own personal experience. And so that's what I'm doing now. I'm super excited about it. And so I'm real easy to find, David. I am on social media at Chereace on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I make it super easy, right? I'm a simple girl. I don't like to complicate stuff, right? And then my website is ChereaceRichards.com. And so whether it's personal or professional, I would love to connect with anyone that says, when you said this, I want more. I want to know more. Or want to just connect with the work that I'm doing, or just make the connection on social media. Would love to do it. So that is how you find me, David. It's been a pleasure to be your guest on today. So thank you for having me.
Absolutely. It is absolutely always great to have you join us, and look forward to you joining us more on the Black Business Network. So I greatly appreciate your time. I greatly appreciate, you sharing your story, because your story is your glory, and your story is going to help somebody else with their survival guide, and for them to avoid the landmines that you've went through as well. So I appreciate that, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Perfect. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the Black Business Expo mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college or K through 12 entrepreneurs. This expo is a fundraiser for students. You may go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship fund, and use the Cash App that's on the screen below. And our goal is to give laptops up to $5,000 to 10 students, fellas, ladies, young children. We need you to go online, and we need you to register at the www.blackbusinessexpo.com to take advantage of that. And not only that, we want to thank all of our sponsors today, from NC 100 to Moody Capital Partners, to Suede Soul, to Lotus Rich Coaching and Training, to Carolina, Virginia Monetary Supplier Development Council, to Step Management, to BHS Associates, to Margie McLean Foundation, to Genius is Common, to Earth Essentials, to Mullane Shani Global, to Executive Women's Success Institute, to Superwoman Business Services, to the Creative Force Studios, to the HELLO LLC, Lee Entertainment, Arts App Design, and the Black Business USA. Genius is common, and I'll see you on the other side.